You look at the characteristics, all the things that Donald Trump was ahead of before Harris got in the race, he's now behind. And I think the most striking thing, Mika, that when you're looking and people are trying to sort through this race and what direction it's going, you just look at the favorable, unfavorables. Donald Trump way up, upside down by, close to 20 points in the 30s for likable. And then you have Kamala Harris actually upside. I think it's like 46, 43. That is a huge gap. And the Trump campaign has said, and if you see some of just the absolute crazed behavior, and it's really almost too much to get your arms around. And I understand that's the idea of it, that the claims are so outrageous. They're so disconnected from the truth. Trump moving all over the place on issues from abortion to immigration, now saying we need more immigrants in the United States. All of this stuff, the crazy stuff at Arlington, they're absolutely desperate. And the campaign has said internally, they know they can never they can't make people like Donald Trump.
Right.
So their goal is to make people hate Kamala Harris.
Yes.
And that's where we are. And if they can't get Americans to hate Kamala Harris, then they understand she will win.
I swear, MSNBC is not real journalism. They don't give real news. What is this guy talking about? So MSNBC host claims that Trump is unfavorable. He's so unlikable that he has to make Americans hate Kamala Harris. I mean, it's baffling to me. Kamala Harris, whose speech had Trump, how many times did the DNC mention Trump? Democrats' whole platform is about hatred of Trump. They got people coming out of the woodworks like John McCain's son, right? Kamala Harris is spreading lies about the debunked hosts that Trump called veterans suckers and losers. The Arlington situation, there's a lot to debunk here. Even with the polling where it's at right now, and I don't even know what poll they're referencing on their little banner on the bottom, but I'm like, that might be an outlier poll they're referencing there. And this is what I'm talking about. Like the media is nothing but narrative machines. They ain't giving you anything substantive, right? They got Brian Stelter back at CNN as chief media analyst. Oh, this is going to be very interesting. They're mobilizing the troops right now. Kamala Harris's whole campaign rests on the fact that people do not like Trump. Trump derangement syndrome is a thing. I don't hear Kamala derangement syndrome. The criticism that Kamala get is she's a flip-flopper. And it's so funny how they project onto Donald Trump. Oh, Donald Trump flip-flops on a lot of issues. Have you seen Kamala Harris? Trump has not flip-flopped on a lot of issues. Trump has always been neutral on abortion. He's like, the only thing Trump cared about on abortion was removing Roe. Once he removed Roe, he's like, my job is done. That's how Trump is facing the abortion issue, and he talks about it extensively. But has Kamala talked about extensively about her changes of position? This is ridiculous. This is the type of issue I'm talking about. She's changing Southern accents, but you see accent, and you hear talking about she's like so favorable with Americans. She only did one interview while Trump and Vance has done 34 interviews. You can fact check Joe Scarborough right now. All he does is this. All he does is that. Okay, go look for yourself. Go see where Donald Trump flip-flopping at. He just did an interview at the time of making this video. He just did an interview with Lex Friedman, talking about he will go on Joe Rogan if he needed to. Like, if you want to hear what Trump thinks, go to look at the interviews. Trump has done 34 interviews. Let me leave this here. Trump has done 34 interviews, while Kamala Harris does one. Do not listen to what these people tell you. That's gonna be my argument. All they do is lie, attack, slander. But Kamala Harris got caught lying. She's spreading a debunked hoax. She's making the Arlington situation, and then she had people in the media like Kristen Welker defend her about Arlington. Oh, she came to the dignified thing. Found out that was a lie. These people, all they do is spread fake lies. This is lies. This is not misinformation. This is lies, right? Misinformation means like you said something partially true and you forgot a key detail somewhere. But these people omit lies on purpose. They take out the truth merely to craft a narrative, and this is what they're doing. This is what George Scarborough is doing. He wants to craft a narrative that Kamala Harris is so popular. Kamala Harris, and even though, and this is why I don't agree with national polls, there's more Democrats in this country than Republicans. If you're looking at population numbers, look at California. California got like what 10 million people by itself. That's more than a couple of states combined. That's why no one trusts the polling, especially national polls. And it's so baffling to me. It seems like George Scarborough already forgot that Hillary Clinton had a sizable lead on Trump too, and Trump still won.
Yeah, Anna. Well, here's the national average. What we got here is all of the recent major polls nationally. What is the sort of composite when you average them together? Harris with a 3-point advantage nationally over Donald Trump. Now, if you're a Democrat, the good news, besides the fact that you're ahead, is that's an improvement for Democrats from where things were before Harris became the candidate. Joe Biden almost all year was trailing Donald Trump, so that's changed Harris ahead by a few points there. Now, if you're a Republican, what you can take solace from here is this is not unfamiliar territory for Donald Trump. Take a look here at the last two elections, 2020, 2016. The polling at this point, coming out of Labor Day, beginning the fall rush. In 2016, Hillary Clinton led on average by 5 points. Of course, Donald Trump won in 2016. And Joe Biden had an even bigger lead on average Labor Day 2020. Donald Trump didn't win that election, but certainly in the Electoral College, he came this close to doing so, Anna. So Trump has run from behind before, certainly.
So I want to be going with this unfavorability. Oh yeah, Trump can't win. I want to go with that. Kamala Harris was up 1% in the polls July 24th. She has not gotten a post-convention bounce. If anything, her bounce came before the DNC. This is interactive polls. 45-44. Seems pretty close to me. But he got a poll showing her up 9%. Like, what kind of outlier poll are they referencing over there at MSNBC? The ridiculousness. Trump doing interviews. Your candidate not doing interviews. Yet you think Americans are looking favorably at her when they can't even find her. They can't even find her policy platform. But yeah, she's so favorable, all right. Who is more likely to make their whole platform about hating the other candidate? A candidate with no policy or a candidate with policy on the front of his page? I'll wait. But you expect me to believe Joe Scarborough, the same guy that said Joe Biden is as sharp as a tag. Yeah, I'm supposed to believe that guy. He got no credibility with this. But I digress. Let's look at Harris's record, because Joe Scarborough just said a bunch of lies right there. We trust Trump. We trust Harris more than Trump in the economy. What poll is he referencing? I need to see that poll. I need to see it. And it's not by much. Some of the times where she just barely ink out Trump on the economic policies is like by 1%. I don't know what poll he's referencing. I don't know. But I digress. Let's check out Harris's record versus Trump record on the economy. Let's take a look.
And I think it's very helpful to look at what she actually did. Right? When she was in the Senate, she had the most liberal record in the Senate, to the left of Bernie Sanders. She was in favor of Medicare for all. She was in favor of banning fracking. She lined up perfectly with the far left wing. Right. And when she had to make a choice for a vice presidential nominee, she could have made a really, I think, a prudent choice. I mean, Josh Shapiro would have sent a message about governing from the center and significantly improved her odds of carrying Pennsylvania. She wouldn't do it. So that tells you who's in control. She comes from the left wing of the party. That's where she's going to govern.
And the question on fracking and other things like that, you think ultimately it's disingenuous? What are you trying to, I'm just trying to understand.
At the end of the day, I think she's going to be beholden to the left wing of that party. You know, there's a lot of ways you can prevent development of oil and gas without an explicit ban on fracking. You can just slow walk all the permitting process. I mean, there's ways you can do it. I don't buy the notion that she's actually a centrist now. She never has been.
But she's so popular. Donald Trump's the one who flip-flops. Look at all her positions. The only interview she did, go watch it. Go look at it. But you got people in the media like Alyssa Farah Griffin claims that Kamala is running a flawless campaign. Sounds like Mitt Romney. No, she doesn't. She don't sound like Mitt Romney. And this is the stuff we're talking about. Is that they're trying to paint her as a moderate. Like this is the ridiculousness that Americans have to face. They're looking Americans right in the eye and saying, yeah. She's a moderate. Right, guys? Boy, I'm tired of this, bro. It's funny. I'm tired of this. All right. They talking about the artisan situation. Like, yo, I don't want to hear nothing. Because end of the day, this is all politics, man. Most of the media is left-wing journalists, Democrat voters. They donate Democrat. Journalism is the most liberal profession in America. And they think they're calling this stuff fairly. Literally, I'll have more respect for Joe Scarborough if he had some evidence of Donald Trump flip-flopping on abortion. Oh, this is what he said 2016. This is what he said 2020. This is what he says 2024. He can't do that to you. He can't. Because he's just making it up. He's trying to change your perception around what Trump, the issues around Trump. This is their whole stick. It seemed like the mainstream media, like, and I pointed this out in previous videos. It seemed like their main goal is to defend Kamala Harris, even if it comes to the question of their credibility, like what happened with Kristen Welker when she was arguing with Tom Cotton. No. She went to the dignified hearing. Oh, found out she didn't go after she got blasted by the Gold Star family. But the Arlington situation, oh my God. Let's check out this 40-second clip and then I'll wrap up the video.
I don't begrudge Mr. McCain his political views, and he served our country honorably, just like his father did. And I deeply respect the McCain family service to the United States. But look, he's a political figure here. He's obviously endorsing Kamala Harris. He wants to be a surrogate for Kamala Harris's campaign. I still don't think Donald Trump deserves to be pilloried the way that he is. He was invited by Gold Star families. He honored their request. He made a social media post. He's not making a TV ad here. And although there's a lot of talk about him violating a sacred area.
And this is the problem I have. And this is the media. This is y'all. And then y'all rehired Brian Stelter, who is known to do stuff like this too. You guys are trying to call something what it's not. It's a political ad. It was repulsive. Show me the ad. Look, he made a post on X. What? So if I put a post of my kid, am I advertising my kid now? Like, where's the leap in logic with the Democratic Party, huh? And this is John McCain's son doing this. Yo, you Republicans that side with Democrats, y'all tell me something about yourselves. That's establishment politics. Okay, we're unified. Look, we got Republicans joining. No, y'all establishment. You part of the problems that people are trying to fix in the parties. When people complain about Republicans not doing nothing, they talking about John McCain type Republicans. I'm being honest here. This is one of the reasons why I never registered as a Republican, even though I agree with a lot of their policies. Is because it seems like they don't do nothing. Now I'm being Kamala Harris, but I'm actually from the South. But you know, is Florida considered part of the South? Yes, it is. This whole Arlington situation, they're trying to make a mountain out of a molehill here. He violated whatever, but he asking permission to film, just like Joe Biden and Harris did. But they're not calling them out. The media's not calling Kamala Harris out her hypocrisy. I'm tired of the lies, man. Let Scott Jennings, because he was cooking.
Area, the Gold Star families who issued videos about this particular event are more than happy that he was there, and they are more than angry with Kamala Harris, her role in the Abbey debacle, and the fact that she has never, ever given these people the time of day. So I don't begrudge Mr. McCain.
You heard it there. But she's favorable with Americans. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't care what your polls say. I think your polls oversample Democrats anyway. Right? I think Kamala Harris is a fake candidate. She's out here faking accents, mocking people's accents, in my view, because I don't think I'm from the South. I don't think people talk like that. But, you know, I digress. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree with the MSNBC host Joe Scarborough that Trump is so unfavorable, so unlikable by Americans? Is Trump campaign only running on the fact that he's trying to make Kamala, Americans hate Kamala? Or is it the opposite? Is it actually Kamala who's flip-flopping? Is it actually Kamala that's trying to make Americans hate Trump? You be the judge of that. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll be interested to hear what you guys have to say. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.